Oh, man. What's up there, John? Oh, man. uh, John, you missed Tim just did his live. He had you as his featured channel. So I think you're on the top of his list. So go check that out. So how is everybody? Heath, how you doing? K and R, what's up, man? Lauren. Skinner Farms, hey, how are you? CJM Farms. Man, everybody's coming in here. Farmstead Smith, micro farmer. Hey, what's up, man? How you been? Hey, on the bottom ticker there, everybody, if you all want Jesse, hey, how are you? If anybody wants one of these things, I gotta get them out of the package. I've had these for a little bit. I'm just now getting to some of my boxes. Let me get my darn knife out and hopefully I don't cut myself. Just ate my 4th tomato sandwich today. Dang. This is the dang SOG knife that cut my finger off. There we go. If anybody wants one of those, I don't know what you do with it, let me know. I got a whole stack of them. Just email me and I'll send them out. I mean, it'd be just, whatever the postage, I'll just send them out. Lazy Acres, how are you? Superphone didn't give me the notification. Oh, man. Yeah, John, just go and watch, just watch it over. So, and Jesse, I'm seeing that I've been doing good, just busy with work and everything. So I caught just part of one of your lives the other day. So, yeah, just been so busy. So, Steve Carlson, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I love everybody that comes in and supports the channel. So, RV DJ, hey, how are you? First time, thank you. Yeah, Lauren, I know. So, Lauren, I had this knife, my SOG knife that I got. There we go. Got for Christmas. I was cutting a wire tie that I was putting up new lights in. I got a little grow room in the basement that I had like tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that. And it lopped the end of one of my fingers off. I mean, right like butter. So, Lauren, you could skin whatever you want with this knife. This thing is sharp. So, there we go. Lazy Acres. Britain Farm Homestead. I missed somebody. Where did I miss Britain Farm? See, right up in there. If I miss somebody, I apologize. This chat, and same thing. So I use StreamYard for my lives. And it I have it on another monitor over here. That way I can kind of watch it. But sometimes when it feeds into StreamYard, there will be a whole slew of comments that come through all at one time. So yeah, and Jesse, it was an ouch. So yeah, I tell you what, I never felt pain like that before ever. So, but it healed up pretty good though. So yeah, no problem there. So how is everyone? I've not done a live. I think it's probably been 2 weeks or so. So, so for those that are new, if I'm able to, I like to do my lives from my hives. That way I can, set up over there, just show people, that aren't beekeepers, simply Southern Roots welcome. Show people, a little bit of the hives and talk about them and that. This one here, just this week's been so busy with work that this was the only time. And then I normally do them 7, 8 o'clock. And then I looked in Tim at Ridge Life. He had his for 8 o'clock. And I thought, I'm not going to step on Tim's feet there. So, That's why I decided at 9 o'clock. I'm okay. Constant headache from the smoke. Farmstead Smith, you are. Where are you at? I know you're out. Is it Oregon or Washington State? Because I know you were saying just in the last one, I think your mom come from Mount Hood. I think that was you that was saying that. So try to go up. Oh, PA Swarm King. So you need Central Oregon. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Farmstead Smith. PA Swarm King. If so, to do it from like a mobile device or something like that, I think you have to have 1,000. But just if you have, and let me see here, what is the Streamlabs on an iPad? You can do it. There's apps that you can download, and you can't go right through YouTube until you have 1,000, but you can use like side apps from your phone. I've never tried it from my phone. I did it from my iPad before, and it worked kind of okay. But yeah, you got to wait until you're at 1,000 to do them straight from your phone. So who else in here? I love living. Love living. That's funny. So K&R, did you see my video today? And it's so for you being allergic, you'll cringe when you see the one from today. So PA Swarm King, and I think it's Bruce, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's no problem. So just download, one of those side programs, and you'll be good to go. So just yeah. So and that's awesome right there. Everyone in here, I don't have a problem. Those that are new and those that have been here, they know how I am. But I have no problem with anyone. Check out each other. And when you do, if you don't know another channel that's in this live stream, go ahead, check them out. And even if you jump over, leave a comment on a video. That way, forever best friend, hey, hello. Leave a comment. That way YouTube doesn't like kick you off. Because it happens. Though if you just go and subscribe, that S word or whatever, support somebody, YouTube sometimes after a day or two, I don't know like how their system all works, but they'll like remove them. So, yep, and that's it right there. If you sub, be sure to comment or watch a video. Yep, that's it. Yeah. So, Jess, how are you? So, and hey, again, so for everybody coming in here, if you want one of these, just let me know. My email's going across the bottom. I'll send you one in the mail. So, loving the rain, my garden going to boom. Yeah, micro farmer. So I tell you all, so for those that aren't beekeepers, this time of year, yeah, just wait. You'll see the zap. It's right at about, I think, the 4-minute mark. So if you want to fast forward just maybe about 3:45 and then just let it go a little bit and you'll see me get tagged. So, and then I even show you how to take a stinger out. So, yeah. How hard is it to keep bees? That's a great question. CJM Farms. So when I've noticed that thinking about the great, yeah, the S word, yeah. CJM Farms. So it's not hard, so to say. It takes work, like anything. I mean, like any like around here in a lot of places they consider bees livestock, chickens, livestock, whatever. With bees, typically what I recommend for just pass out. Oh, that's funny. Typically what I recommend, CJM, is to start with 2 hives. And that's what I was told. And there's a reasoning behind that. The reasoning is when you start with just one as a brand new beekeeper, Bama Bee Boys, what's up? What's up, Jason? How are you? And back to CJM. So if you just start with one and you're a brand new beekeeper, you're not going to know when you're opening them up if this, what you're looking at, is normal. You're not going to know if it's abnormal. If you have two hives, where do you get your stickers made? The company, and I'll get back to CJM. The company, it was right there, Rockin' Monkey, and they do a good job. They even send extras. So, Commander Bacon, how are you, buddy? So, but back to keeping bees, get two hives, just because if you have two, and this is always what, and there we go, the camera, it's got to focus again. There we go. If you have one hive that's somewhat lagging behind, you can actually pull a frame out of one hive, out of a stronger one, and put it into the weaker colony. So they always recommend to start with two. And it's not really that hard. It's just you have to put in, Chad, what's up, brother? You have to put in the time. And it's just like anything. But before, that's right, Chad the rabbit. What I'll suggest also, because I don't know the area where you're at, is check around in your local area just to see if there's a bee club or someone that will mentor you, and let them. Best thing to do is go and watch them, check their hives and get involved, get your feet wet, so to say, and just learn. And that's the best advice that I tell everybody is micro farmer. Let me look there, brother. Let me look. I had a whole lot of bees in my yard this year, so if I get bees, will there be a problem? Nope, not at all. Bees travel like 2 miles, so yeah, no problem at all. So, but CJM, get them, and I typically would say, and this is how do you suggest starting a hive this late in the year? I'm in Indiana. No, don't. So Skinner Farms, what I would do if I were you is, since it's late in the year, start getting equipment, and find out whether, what type of hive you want to run, because there's Langstroth hives. That's like the typical box hives like you see. And there's 8 frame and there's 10 frame. I went with 8 frame just because they're lighter to lift. If you have a 10 frame box, Leprechaun TV, what's up, man? If you have a 10 frame box, they get heavy. Believe it or not, those honey boxes, they get super heavy. So I went with 8 frame just because I didn't want to lift all that stuff. So just look at like what hives you want to start with and get all your equipment. And I suggest, though, also probably it gets into winter, check around also like local, because sometimes bee clubs, when people do splits in the springtime, sometimes they'll give them away. So you'll have a stock of bees that's come, from an overwintered yard. So that's a plus also, because Indiana, you're going to, you want those bees that have been proven to overwinter. A lot of the package bees. So if you see package bees that are sold, a lot of the package bees come from down south. So it's hit or miss with those. I had luck with a package my very first year, but just so you know, a lot of those come from Georgia. I don't know why, but a lot come from Georgia. So I'll see red catch on fire. Kevin. Oh man. And Farmstead Smith, I have foundation. I do the black foundation. So that's just how I started out. When and like foundationless versus running foundation, it is really, it's beekeeper preference. That's all. So for those non-beekeepers and maybe people that are 10 frame I got from a friend. Yeah. So 10 frame, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Let me try and think. Man, I just had a squirrel moment too. I looked at the 10 frame and I got all so Skinner. Let me see here. Let me scroll back up in my comments. I had a big time squirrel moment there, y'all. What are you? Everybody's using foundationless. When I decided just to get foundation, my whole reasoning was I just thought, and this is what I was told. I was told that when you start with foundation, it gives your hive, like when you're starting from scratch, I was told it gives them like a 2 to 3 week head start. Whether it does or not, who knows? That's just what I've always used as the black foundation, just because then as a new beekeeper also, when I was looking, in my hives, when you hold up that frame and you're looking at it, if you don't know, like at first what you're looking for, and especially for the eggs are, and you could do that 50-50, that's all. If you do part with foundation and part without, just watch so that you don't get a lot of that burr comb, and they're going to build that comb out crazy. Just keep an eye on it, so that, because my mom did that, and when she took hers out after 2 or 3 weeks, she had comb going all over the place and had to trim it all out. And I mean, it was a mess. There were frames stuck together. And so just keep an eye on that way. Yep. Checkerboard it. Yep. Yeah. So only about, $1. It's worth it. Yep. Yeah. And that's it. And the one thing with beekeeping too, and I think Chad said this before, Chad 504H, he said, if you want to be a millionaire from beekeeping, start out a billionaire. And that's about the truth. Yeah. Or, yep, right there. Use good starter strips if you're going to go foundationless. Yeah. I run off foundation. I just found it a lot easier when I started, and I'm looking in there to see the eggs and things like that. I could see it a lot easier on that black foundation. They have that white, and as a new beekeeper, I don't know how I would see the eggs, because I didn't know what I was looking for with the white foundation. So I always use the black. So got to get kids to bed, enjoy us knowledge. Hey, Kevin, you take care, brother. I'll see you next time. So, or tomorrow when Lauren goes live. So you start trips at all, something. Yeah. And Farmstead Smith. So that's the truth there too. You'll ask 10 beekeepers that same question, and you'll get 10 different answers. So it just all depends on everybody's experience, like their mentors and all that stuff. Depends on the area, weather. So what part of Indiana though? Are you in like northern Indiana, or are you southern Indiana, or so? Yep. And that's it. That's truth right there too. Yep. I can give you 4 answers myself. Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. That's what I've learned. So I don't know. Beekeeping it's so different. It varies from, state to state, and, from down in the South and in the Midwest. And in the New England states, and it varies all over where Chad's at. I mean, and the winters out there got to be bad. So black frames. So when you say black frames, is it a black plastic? Do you have the Southern Indiana? Okay. Is it the wooden frames, or are they plastic? And I'll piss you. Yeah. And that's the thing, like Farmstead Smith. So very first club that I went to and tried to get a mentor, the whole hour-long meeting they were talking about designing a website. They didn't even talk about beekeeping. And I couldn't even find a mentor. So everything that that right there is the truth. 40 different answers. Everything that I learned has really all been on trial and error in my own and watching YouTube, and I don't recommend that as much. Black plastic. Yeah. If it's just the outer without that, your foundation in there, the frame, a black plat. That's interesting. I'm not familiar with those. Yep. Blanchard's bees. That's it right there. And I tell you, it was funny. That club that I was talking about in Ohio, they were going through some transitions then. So a couple weeks ago, the county inspector came out, checked my, a couple of my hives. Really didn't know that much. I taught him a couple things, and to me, that was like, I don't know. I was blown away in that me only keeping bees for this my fourth summer, knew a little bit more than this guy. So, and I was just kind of like, well, whatever. So he did okay, Skinner, yeah, that works. Just email me. My email's going across the bottom. But that club that I went to, I guess they kind of completely went under. And then within the last year, some people out in the area decided, hey, let's get it started again. So they started up, and it's completely different leadership and everything. And the inspector was like, it's a really good group of people. They actually have hives set up out by the one lake, and they take people that are interested out there so they could see them work the hives and that. And so I might actually give it another try. So, but yeah, small little local beekeeping clubs, they're good. So, and I tell you what, Farmstead Smith, it was funny because when the guy called me up, because every year, you got to pay a $5 fee in Ohio, Department of Agriculture, and you send it in to register your hives. So the guy called me up, and it was like an Illinois or somewhere phone number, and it kind of caught me off guard, and I answered it, and I'm hello, and he said, yeah, this is so-and-so, the Trumbull County bee inspector. And I'm like, oh, okay. So Bruce, I saw that. Oh, man. I saw that video. That's crazy. And so when the guy come out and I was talking to just him, and I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, I've had this the fourth summer. I've never had any of my hives inspected. And he said, well, the last county bee inspector, they found out he hadn't checked any hives for the last several years, but he was sending in reports. So the guy was like faking up reports and sending them into the state just to make it look like he was doing his job. So, yeah, he doesn't have a job anymore, but yeah. Canada. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. And hey, so for the beekeepers in here, I got a question for those in here. So up to this point, first year I did Apivar. Second and third year, Yeah, you need a guy that just doesn't check anything. Van Vita Travels, welcome. Um, I just got an oxalic vaporizer, and I'm going to do the oxalic acid. Can you do that? Now I know if I do the treatment, I got to take the supers off, but when I do the vaporization, um, if I pull the honey supers off and set them to the side, do I have to leave those off for like X amount of days, or can I put my supers back on like half hour after I've done the vaporization treatment? What's the info out there as far as using oxalic acid? Because I've got supers on now. I wanted to treat my hives. Um, so Ray, I know, like, so if my supers are on, can I just take my supers off, do the oxalic treatment, the vaporization, let it go like a half an hour, and then put them back on? Can I do that? That's what I'm wondering. Because my resource hives, I mean, that's no problem. I can do the treatment on those. There's no supers. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. See, that's all what I thought. And I watched Frederick Dunn. I watched a video of his the other day, and he was just always left him off the rest of the year. Can't help that one. Yeah. Have you checked out Honeybee Health Coalition? I've been trying to. I've been trying just to get info, and there's nothing clear cut out there. Fred Dunn and some guy on his channel were talking in one of his videos, and this guy's from Europe, and he said in Europe they've done tests, and they found that it didn't have any bearing on the honey, so they'll do oxalic treatment with the supers on in Europe. Here, FDA, it says it's not approved. Fred Dunn and this other guy said it's basically because the FDA doesn't want to funnel the money into beekeeping to okay, I'll have to remember that. I'm gonna have to remember that, and I'll go check that out. Oh, you can block the supers with plywood. Yeah, I know. This is that dilemma because our goldenrod is out like crazy right now in Ohio, and we've had like rain here and there. Leave them overnight. Yeah, that's a good Ray. That's a good idea. I could do that. Do the treatment tomorrow. Just leave them overnight. Go back. Plop my supers back on. That's the idea. Yeah. That was okay here in the U.S. Yeah, I know Farmstead Smith. I know it's that money, and that's the discussion with like Fred Dunn and this other guy. That's their whole thing was they were saying it all boils down to the money that they just do not want to spend, so they're stuck on that stance where no, it's not approved. So yeah, Commander Bacon, I know. And when I like the goldenrod, so those non-beekeepers that are here, when the goldenrod, like you get into the fall flowers, the fall flow, and you go around your hives, they say, and the first year that I smelled this, I was excited to smell it, believe it or not. It smells, they say, like dirty socks, like smelly sock smells. And the whole entire, like you get near, 50 feet from where my hives are, and you can just smell the whole yard has that, like that unique, just that smell. And I love it because I know my girls are pounding that goldenrod. So, and I love that fall honey. So yeah. And where his Way Homestead, where are you located at again? I forget where you are. Farmstead Smith, let me I'm going to pop that up there. Let me write that down. I'm going to write that down that way I don't forget. I'm going to go on that right after this live. Awesome. Thank you, Farmstead Smith, for that. I'm going to check that out. Northwest Mississippi. Where in Mississippi? I'm going to be in December. I'm going to be in, for work, I'm going to be down in Flowood. So I know that's near Jackson. So in the middle of nowhere for 2 weeks, I'm going to be down there. So interactive questionnaire. Oh, okay. I got to check that out. So Ray, do a mic check. I just had my inspector come out and actually my one resource hive that he checked when he did an alcohol wash found 0 mites in my one resource hive, and I was blown away by that. He checked one of my larger hives that's one of my honey hives and got 7. So, and I was okay. I mean, he did a pretty good size scoop. 7 mites. I thought, well, that's not super bad. And he didn't check the others. He just checked 2. So he was curious about resource hives. He'd never seen them, never even heard of them. And when he looked and he said, here, Memphis, oh, okay. I will. Well, yeah, we'll have to figure something out. But this guy, yeah, he looked and he said, oh, you have 8 framers and you have 10 framers. And I said, well, they're not. I said, I have 8 frames. And then I said, those aren't 10 framers. They're resource hives. And he's, well, how are they set up? So I literally went through and I explained the whole thing and showed him the divider, took them apart and showed him the divider board and all that stuff. So Skinner Farms, let me check my email. And yeah, the guy was blown away. So it was hilarious. The bee inspector, and I'm teaching him. Skinner Farms, I got it. Oh, okay, that's foundation. I see. There you go. Yeah, that's foundation. Yeah, that's what I use is yeah, that's good. That's good. And it looks like there's wax on that though too. So that's good. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. And for those wondering about the black plastic, it was a plastic foundation. So checked earlier a couple times, got 0. Then one of my hives absconded. Oh man. Yeah, that's a bummer. And I tell you, the first year that I had bees, my mom also had a hive. Her hive absconded very first year. So she was kind of like bummed out. That was her, she had a hive, I had a hive. And she just she looks every once in a while and she'll walk down because she's got a suit and everything. But I more or less just manage all the hives. And, that's how I've just stayed into beekeeping. So, and I had up to this year now, I had 8 hives. I just recently, I looked in, so the hive those that kind of have watched my channel through the year, I had a problem with my one hive and that it had a laying worker. And I have really small cell bees. Oh, yeah, and that's true there too, PA Swarm King, when he's saying. But this hive, I had a laying worker. So it went queenless for an amount of time. And then once the pheromones kind of go away, you'll get workers that decide to lay. And then you get just solid drones. And that's a problem. If you put a queen in there right away, they kill her because they think that they got a queen. So I corrected that. Took me about a month, got that corrected, with the help of people in the channel. It went about another month and a half, and then and I'm just reading chat here, y'all. And then I found out again just like a week ago, maybe a week and a half or so ago, the darn hive was queenless again. So I don't know what happened, but that's the whole purpose why I keep those resource hives. And all I did was my one queen that actually I've had for about a year and a half now, who still is laying like a champ. I just took, because it was an 8-frame hive, so I just took in the resource hives, it's 2 4-frame colonies, and the entrances are on opposite ends. And that's it right there too. Yep, Ray, that is exactly it. And all that I did when I found that one was queenless, I just moved. I took my entire resource hive and just moved it clear over. When I combined them, because I had on the bottom box, then I had like an existing colony. When I put that new one, I did a paper combine. And when you see a paper combine, and I actually have in a video I talk about it, you just put a sheet of newspaper between the two boxes, and in the time it takes them to chew through the paper, they get adjusted to each other. And I've done it 3 times now. It's worked every time. So I just got a video to edit. Honeybound. Yeah. I know. Farmstead Smith, I know. I got one the other day too that I found because I travel for work. I didn't get into the lower box, and I found 4 capped cells. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I did not see the queen. And that's the hive that I had a solid black queen. I'd never seen a queen like this before. And she was a champ, laid like crazy. Gone. Couldn't find her. So I'm going to let them kind of do their thing here for a little bit. There's plenty of bees in there. There's enough stores. They're bringing in nectar. And in another, probably, I don't know, I'm going to probably check on that hive tomorrow, because the other ones I don't need to. I'll probably just combine it with the other half of that resource hive, just move the queen over and just supplement the frames out to the other hives that maybe need it, and that's it. So, yes. That's a good point there. I never even thought about that. And I need to. So what's a decent? The extractor I had a 2-frame, just manual crank one. Crank handle broke, so I would use my drill on it. But the darn thing has fallen apart. I used it for 3 years. Has fallen apart. I want to get an electric extractor. What's a decent? Not spending a fortune. What's a decent extractor that yeah, what's a decent electric extractor for and I only need a couple frame, that's it. I mean, because for the amount of hives I have, I don't need some massive 20 frame extractor or nothing like that. So the one I use, I see the comment over there. This is hilarious because the delay with StreamYard. Use electric, just starts slow. Okay. Farmstead Smith, what kind of electric extractor? Where'd you get it at? Did you get it Man Lake, Dayton to Dawn, however you want to say it, Amazon, or okay, Dedont ones. Okay, so Dedont, I'd order it now and I'd get it in probably January. How they are. So I ordered both my resource hives from them earlier in the year, and yeah, I know, Ray, I know. And with both of my resource hives I ordered, they messed up my orders. So it took me a little while. It took me 2 months, I think, to get my one resource hive. I ordered it in like February or something like that, and it was almost May before I got the thing. So, yeah, maybe I'll check out Didont. I don't know if I could borrow somebody's for this fall flow, or I don't know. I just need to get another one, and I hate sitting there cranking that thing. I'd like to get just an electric one that, you know, start out slow, right, and just let the thing go. Makes it easier. So this hilarious because I'm watching the comments over there before they hit here. So get here next week is it's gonna live at my place for the. Oh, okay. I think it's a 3.6. Okay. I want a chain uncapper. Yeah, I know. And when I used to uncap mine, I got a knife that I just score my frames with, and that works for me for the amount of hives I have. That works for me. I mean, so, and I think now, like I was just thinking the other day, there's a hive at the neighbors here that's one of mine. So that's one super on there. CJM, I appreciate you stopping in. If you have, write down my email on there. If you have questions, just send me email. I have no problem giving you little tips and stuff. And you'll, just like others in here say, beekeepers love helping out other beekeepers. So just shoot me an email at ask away, ask questions. So, yeah. Farmstead Smith. Yep. Spend time with the husband. Yep. Yeah. I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah. What is it? 9:42. Yeah, I'm probably in another 8 minutes. I'll probably just go about 50 minutes tonight. So, how do you feel about the roller type uncapper? I've never used one. Never used one. So, I just have that. Like I said, I just have a knife and I just score them. I get a lot of wax cappings in my honey, so then I got to strain it. But I have no problem with that. I usually just let it strain. It's a couple hours to strain it, and it's fine. So, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about those rollers. So, 643. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oregon. Yeah. Hey, you take care of the Farmstead Smith. Appreciate the info. Yeah, appreciate that. So, and you all, I'm gonna change the little banner here. Let me see here. I gotta throw that banner in because of what tomorrow is. Gotta throw that in there. You all see what the banner right there. And I remember, so with tomorrow being all about getting the honey with minimum damage to the comb, that's it. Yeah. Jason, when I score mine, I try not to just the cappings, I'll try and, score those. I try not to beat up, the comb too much just because they put so much work into building, building out that comb. I don't want them to have to sit there for weeks building it out again. So I'm with you there. And Ray, yeah, mine's same. Well, here, let me. This is my spring. Let me see if I can get my light on it, just so you all can see. Yeah, see, That's a decent. Oh, Glenn and April, I owe you a jar. I still have not forgotten. I owe you a jar. So you all are going to get a jar. Trust me on that. So, yeah. I appreciate that. I do. Yeah. So, but y'all, from my ticker that's going across there, what were you doing on that day? I can still remember what I was doing, and that's been 19 years ago now. I still remember. See this? Yeah, Jason, never forget, man. Ray, sir. Okay. At Gmail. Okay, Ray. Ray, mine is right there. So if you want to write down my email, it's brian.coper@gmail.com. But yeah, I'll email you and just say Castle Hives or something like that, and then you can just send me back. But yeah, Jason, I remember I was living in a different house, waiting for my uncle to come over, and he was going to help me with some. Oh, right here. Okay, research. Okay. I was waiting for my uncle to come over to help with plumbing, and he called me up and was all like, "We're at war" and stuff like that. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yep, that's the same thing, Commander Bacon. That's the same exact thing." When my uncle called me, I've got to get this tongue off the screen. Oh, that's funny. When my uncle called me, the first one had hit, and I was just like, "What? You got to be kidding me!" And I'm watching it right live on TV when the second one hit again, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I mean, yeah, I remember that day. Like, and when I went into work at 3:00 that day, it was just kind of like eerie, no planes in the sky because they grounded everything, and everybody just was like in shock. I remember that day, like, everybody, they always say you always have like one like major event that happens, and that in my life, I'll never forget 9/11, never. So here we go. Oh, here we go. And Glenn and April, I'm only doing this because it's like smell-o-vision, Here. Oh. 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 No, you don't want it. It's horrible. I'll send you all a jar. Volunteered to go to Afghanistan. I was in the Army. Waiting to get done. Wow. Geesh. Skinner Farms, thank you. I will say thank you. Yeah. It was creepy around here in Memphis. Yeah. I know it was. It was just weird. Glenn said that's mean. You don't want it, Glenn. You don't want it. Oh, man. That's hilarious. Glenn, man, look at that one. Glenn, I'm going to put this here. Y'all are going to see it. So everybody on here, you're going to see this is going to be April and Glenn's, because they are, if you all don't know them, Lazy Acre, right there. There we go. April, Glenn, this one's for you. So I'll get this sent out. I'll make sure I have your address, and that one is for you. So just that's a thank you for everything that you all have done. So, but you all, everyone have a good night. I'll try and schedule next week. I don't think I'll be able to do a live just because I'm going to be in New Jersey. I'll be out of town next week for work again. So maybe on the weekend. So I think I was fortunate enough to come home. Yeah, Skinner Farms, that's it. That is it right there. So there are those that gave that ultimate sacrifice, and that is so true. But yeah, maybe I'll do another live. Maybe if the weather next Saturday in the day, so that would be Saturday, well, the 19th, because yeah, September 20th is my birthday. So maybe on Saturday the 19th, I'll plan earlier in the day a live from my hives. So for those that might be sticking around and those that maybe watch it, Saturday on the 19th, if the weather is okay, I'll do a live from over at my hives. And, if new beekeepers or those that are thinking about getting into beekeeping want to look at something, I'll throw my suit on and, I'll pull a frame out and show you some stuff. I mean, I have no problem with that. So, but you all, hey, look. Yeah, hey, Lazy Acres. So right there. And those in here, yeah, check out their live. Their lives are hilarious. So, and they get so many people in there, and everybody is great. Everybody is great. So, but everyone take care though. Like I said, I'll plan another live on September 19th. So, Chad, I'm about to take off, brother. So, my son's 19th birthday. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Enjoy your son's birthday. So, September birthdays are the best birthdays. I'll just say that. So, but happy birthday. I don't know. I'll email you all and figure that out, because I know that's that following weekend and I'm home. It'll just depend on how far away in Virginia, how far of a drive that is. So, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. So I'll be in touch though, Glenn April. So, but everyone else, y'all take care. Like I said, I'll get some videos out next week because I'm going to do some things in the hives tomorrow. And then next Saturday, the 19th, like I said, weather pending, I'll do another live. So, Chad, appreciate you coming back, brother. You take care. Jason, Bama Bees, Ray, Lazy Acres, everyone in here, Skinner Farms, Farmstead Homestead, his Way Homestead, all the homesteads, everyone take care and support each other. And thank you, y'all.